Look, I'm gonna give you this. Okay. Nothing. Nothing. Keep him here. I want to test this. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna try to connect to the stream, and then I'm gonna like go somewhere, and then I just want to see if I can hear you. Okay. Because I tested the mics, and the computer tells me it's picking up both of them, but I want to see if this screen.
Okay. I love your hat.
And then give it like 30 seconds.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're gonna stand? Or you want to sit?
I'll probably sit too.
Yeah. So let's.
I'm gonna just move a chair.
Yeah.
Mic check.
And I'm
mic
a lefty.
Check.
But pick whatever side you want.
Do you want to be here?
I mean, I'll take up less space if I do that.
Yeah.
Welcome,
over here.
hello.
I don't know, girl. It
Testing,
don't matter.
testing. Where are you?
She's over there.
Can you hear me?
Mic check. Mic
You
check.
can't hear us.
Check.
Am I on?
Check.
Wait.
Wave if you can hear me. Okay.
Can you hear me?
2026.
Can you hear me? Louder? What?
I don't know.
I don't know what that meant.
Okay.
But she was. It looked like she was pointing this way.
Yeah. I didn't know if maybe we.
I think it was when she couldn't hear this one. You can? Huh?
I didn't know you had like clips to use.
Uh-huh.
I thought you were paying attention. I can hear you both.
Oh, perfect.
Okay,
Oh, cool.
Should I just?
I was like, I guess who's here? Sorry if everyone can hear me.
Camera's on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to check it really quick so you can see where it cuts off, you guys can have these chairs here.
No, I might put it on my phone, right?
Oh, yeah,
Is there a delay? Probably.
Slight delay.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't count on using this as an example. If anything, I would bring it up on your phone.
Do you want to sit here so you can see this and I'll do it on my phone?
I can put it on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, it is really hard to see it on this. So to make it easier, I'm actually going to close it most of the way so that you can see it.
Okay.
Okay, cool. And it's TXJRD YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is on. It is live.
Oh, I need to be quick.
Right.
Yes. How do I mute it?
If you push the little button in the back once, it'll flash, and that means it's muted.
I can put it on this computer too.
Did you hear what I said? If you press the button on the back, the light will flash. That's not a button for some annoying reason. I don't know why.
And then you're on. Okay.
We are live.
We are live.
Testing, testing. Can you hear me? I know we have a delay. Yes. Okay, sounds back. Hi, Wicked. Thank you. We just turned it off because we were setting up. We still have 5 minutes to roller derby, and we'll be back shortly to talk at you.
Mic check. Let me know if you can hear me. This is Cholarola. Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2. Can you hear me?
I would just proceed as if they can hear you because there's only a few people watching. They may not be at the keyboards right now.
That's 20 seconds. It took a while the first time. But...
Yeah, it's like it's making a really big delay between us and them.
Good morning, all the way from Dripping Springs, Texas. I'm up until
Hello. Good morning. I'm going to introduce the Texas team for you. Our players are number 10, Sweet and Sour, 1123 Gemstone, 125 J Wallop Heat, 13 Dolly Deathwish, 143 Summer Heat, 24 Mo Tormouth, 247 Rooster, 30 Rudy Attitudie, 4 Hordak, 42 Mockingbird, 444 Cholita, 451 Fahrenheit, 53 Trainwreck, 606 Gator, 80 Cherry Bomb, 88 Black Widow, and 999 Sassafras. And they are coached by Haas, Peace, and Hot Pepper.
Thank you, Chola. And Skinny and White, it's the Pleasant City Crushers. They come all the way from New Orleans, Louisiana. 18, Edgar Allan Toast, 227, Sabotage, 2313, Pink Ambitions, 313, Little Star, 333, Fluffy Ego. I wrote him, he was not here. 46, Killer Queen, 47, Napoleon Bonaparte, 500, Hot Mess. He said my mic's funky. Is that better, Dave? I need it closer. Yes. We have a delay on the chat, so let me know if I'm still funky. Yeah. Let's see. That's it. But I moved it closer. So again, everybody's in white, Texas is in black. We're getting ready for the final shenanigans of checking equipment. So we may go a little longer because Crescent City's still getting equipment.
Good second. Take a second to introduce our officials for this game. We've got Doc Lawless, Bionic, Speedo, Cataclysm, Dexter, Cookies, Bacon the Question, Damon Mistress, Texas Tornado, DeFloored, Courtney, Darth Bling, Goofy, Resting Blitzface, Breadpool, Redbeard, and Wolverine.
It's fun to see all these officials from all over the nation that work hard for the adults and we're also doing it for the children. Just like Chola and me.
Roller derby. It's for the kids.
Yes. I want to shout out to our THA. It's Nikki Tiki Savage here, today from Texas as well. All in pink. Everything for me. It's not as crisp as the other mic.
I'm trying to see what this is.
No, you're good.
Looks like we got both teams lining up, getting ready to do something. Got Doc Lawless making sure both teams are ready to get this show going. All signs point to yes. On the line for Texas, we've got Jammy, number 10, Sweet and Sour, and for Crescent City, number 500, Hot Mess Express. And we are off. So a very defensive start from both teams. Sweet and Sour coming around the inside and finds a corner to squeak by for Lee Jammer. Hot Mess Express still in the back of the pack fighting that defensive text wall. Sweet and Sour coming through, scoring some points, twirling around the inside, but still behind the defensive wall of Crescent City. Hot Mess Express fighting that strong two-wall brace of Texas. Sweet and Sour coming through for their first scoring pass. Hot Mess Express still fighting at the top of the pack. Getting some offensive help from the pivot, is taken out hard on the outside line and drawn all the way back. Sweet and Sour now pushing that defensive wall to the top of the pack. No pack is called and they got to let her go. 4 more points for Sweet and Sour. Crescent City going all in on offense. But at the top of the pack, they are taken out by 606 Gator from Texas. Both jammers getting recycled to the back of the pack. Sweet and Sour through at the top of turn 2 for 4 more points. Hot Mess Express fighting that strong defensive wall still. Woo! Crescent City trying to hold back Sweet and Sour and do for quite a minute, but they are through for more points. That is Texas. Cholita at the top of the pack, bracing the 2-wall. Jam comes to its natural conclusion. 4 more points up there for Texas for a total of 20 points on that jam, holding Crescent City scoreless.
Wow, what an incredible first jam of this game. 20 points, Texas takes the first lead of this game. Next up, we're going to have Lunatic jamming for Crescent City Crushers, and that is Hordick jamming for Texas. Again, Texas in black, Crescent City is in white. Huge block, yes, that was the Glimmer. I think I recognize the Glimmer from Red Stick, but this team in white is from New Orleans. So just a little move in Louisiana, or possibly double rostered. So both jammers still stuck. Lunatic at the front of that pack trying to get around. Meanwhile, around the outside, sneaking through, missing hit. Oh, getting caught up right up again. Glimmer with the hit. Glimmer is the pivot for Crescent City. Both jammers getting held up still on initial pass. Lunatic caught up at the top apex. Now Lunatic playing the fifth blocker just for a moment. Now looking for the outside pass. That's Hordick again. Just not getting around the Glimmer. The Glimmer really holding that turn. There it is. That took 55 seconds, but your lead jammer is Hordick. Two lead jams in a row for Texas to move a star pass to, yes, you know it, the Glimmer. Huge hit to the outfield at turn 2. And the jam is called. I see another scoreless jam for Crescent City. 3 more for Texas, taking them to 23 points. 2 jams in, and this is already very exciting.
Five seconds to go, and on the jam line, we've got 143 Summer Heat jamming for Texas and 1-8. Edgar Allen Toestop for Crescent City. Allen Toestop on the outside, getting lead pretty quickly. First lead for Crescent City. Meanwhile, Texas stuck defensively, but is now out through on their scoring pass while Edgar Allen Toestop makes their points. Texas Jammer swings on through untouched. 4 points for Summer Heat and Texas. Edgar Allen Toestop furiously calling it off, and we will see how much.
They give the wrong points.
Their efforts reward them 4 points, held high by Cataclysm for Crescent City on the board. The score stands at 27-4.
Never mind. 4.
Looks like we have perhaps a timeout. Yes, official timeout.
And this timeout is brought to you by Roller Derby. Support your local roller derby. Look them up. We're in Texas. There are several leagues just in our area. But again, if you're watching in the chat, we want to know who you're rooting for and where you're watching. And if you can hear us. Shout out to our fellow announcers with Johnny Pepper and Olive announcing on the house mics currently for this jam. We're about to have Trainwreck in black for Texas, running the start for the first time, and Lunatic running the start for the second time in this game. Trainwreck getting reset to the back, so for 2 lead jams in a row. Crescent City, yes, Lunatic is out, and the lead jammer for Crescent City roller derby. Trainwreck out on initial, half lap behind. Nice apex block denied. That was a nice block by Rooster. And the jam is called. Of the scoreless jam for Texas. They will hold at 27. And, our first scoreless jam of this game, Crescent City will hold at 4 points.
We're in a team timeout for Crescent City. Both teams taking a moment to breathe, recalibrate, I believe. Perhaps the refs are in the center talking about how great it is to be here on a Friday morning in Cedar Park, Texas.
I see Peace War giving some tips to the huddle while we're waiting. And can you imagine getting blocking tips from Peace War? Look at this. I'll stand low
And an in-person tutorial.
I know.
Priceless.
So lucky to pass us on. And we also have jam coaching is off the boss. So much talent from Texas roller girls here helping out the juniors.
Team timeout comes to an end. We've got number 88 Black Widow jamming for Texas and 500 Hot Mess Express again for Crescent City. Black Widow, both jammers in that pack real hard, fighting through as Black Widow at the top of the pack knocked down to the floor. Hot Mess Express jumping around, pushing that 3-wall, 4-wall as much as they can, but it is Black Widow out for lead jammer. Hot Mess Express has got to be let go, and they have completed their initial pass. Black Widow coming in for their scoring pass, getting a little bit of offensive help. Hot Mess Express coming around for their points. Hitting the pack, making progress. Texas blocker to the box. Hot Mess Express entering the pack from the outside, facing only one blocker from Texas. The rest have gone to the box. That one blocker, though, holding on to Hot Mess Express for quite a while. Both teams are scoring. Black Widow coming around for more points. So that's not enough for me. Hit to the outside, calling it off. And for their efforts, gets one more blocker from the box, but that is 2 blockers for Texas in the box and 1 for Crescent City. That jam yielded 12 points for Texas Junior Roller Derby. 4 points. That was waiting for that one. 4 points for Crescent City. Score stands at 39-8.
Okay, getting ready for jam number 6. We have Summer Heat in black for Texas. And for Crescent City, it is Lunatic. Lunatic coming to start for the 3rd time this game is your lead jammer. Texas so far has a 5-jammer rotation. We have 3 jammer rotations so far for Crescent City. That will be a scoreless jam for Texas. They will hold at 39. And 1 point for Crescent City, taking them to 9 points.
Going into jam number 7, we have number 88, The Glimmer, jamming for Crescent City, and number 4, Hordak for Texas. The Glimmer pushing real fast up the inside and the middle. Out on the outside, backwards, fancy footwork from the Glimmer is giving lead jam. Looks like Hordak was hit down. Not sure if they should recycle. They are still on the track. The Glimmer called on a cut track. It did appear they might have been trying to yield, but too much progress was made on that. They are going to the box. That is a 2-minute jam. We've got Hordak on the track for Texas, jamming in this power jam, still held up by the Crescent City defense. Texas choosing some passive offense, trying to hold the pack in the back. Hordak is finally free. 4 points for Texas. We have 2 blockers going to the box, 1 for Crescent City, the pivot, and 1 for Texas. Crescent City jammer is standing. Hordak pushing and slammed straight to the ground by number 2-3 for Crescent City. Is it number 2-3? That might not have been the correct number. Either way, taken all the way back to the back of the pack. Back on the track, 4 points through for the Glimmer out of the box and scoring back to the back of the pack. Fighting that two Texas blockers. It's like a revolving door of the penalty box for this jam.
Nice.
Both jammers skating through. Blockers trying to recompose themselves and form their walls as best they can. Missing friends from the box, and the Glimmer is through for 4 more points. Hordak hitting the back of the Crescent City wall. Jam is called at the end. Hordak stays in bounds for a little late hit and had a little celebration there. Always got to take those ones when we can get them. That jam yielded 12 points for Crescent City and 11 for Texas Junior Roller Derby. Score stands at 5-0 and 21 for Crescent City Crushers.
Wow, what a great jam. Crescent City is really on a roll. They've had lead jammer status 4 out of the last 5 jams. We have Trainwreck on the line for Texas. Ooh, lead jammer for Crescent City. That's Froggy Mercury. But lead jammer status going to Trainwreck. Trainwreck comes into this jam with 4 of those 50 points. Losing a blocker for Texas to the penalty box, but we do have Froggy out on initial. I do see a shout out for Hot Mess Express in the chat. Yes, Hot Mess is doing a great job. Nice tap to the infield by Cholita for Texas. Resetting Froggy. Froggy goes down, is right back up. That was the first scoring pass for Trainwreck. Trainwreck looking to the bench and signaling, I'm going to run it. We have Clinton Falcon, who just graduated from high school, is in college, and used to be on TXJRD, is now doing jam roughing right here on turn number 2 for Texas. Hi, Clinton Falcon. Clinton was a star jammer for Texas. There it is, second scoring pass for Trainwreck. Froggy still stuck on initial pass. No, this is a scoring pass for Froggy, sorry, but still stuck in it. Hit to the outfield. Uh-oh, power jam in favor of Texas. The second power jam in favor of Texas. We have a power start coming up. Froggy will start the next jam from the penalty box. Crescent City will hold at 21 points, and that was a 10-point jam for Trainwreck, taking Texas to 60. We have just under 17 minutes left in this game. Real quick, I see a little track maintenance. I want to say a shout out to Crazy Duke out there watching. Her daughter is a Rudy Attitudie, and that is Daddy Rudy doing some track maintenance. Sorry, go.
That jam got started a little quickly for our Jays. We've got the Crescent City Jammer in the box. It is a power jam for Texas, as Martha mentioned. And we've got Jay Wallop out for lead jammer. He's coming around the ass, getting ready for those points. Texas holding it out in the back. One offense up at the top, clearing the way for Jay Wallop and their 4 points. Jammer is standing for Crescent City in the box. About to re-enter gameplay. Jay Wallop, top of the pack, fighting off 2 blockers at Crescent City, holding strong. It's not easy to hold back Jay Wallop, and they are doing that. Oh, but not without 1 penalty for one of those blockers. Quite a tumble and a roll from Froggy Mercury for Crescent City. Jay Wallop coming through for 4 more points. Offensive help trying to come to the Crescent City pivot, who is now the jammer. Has not put the penny on their head, but they do have it in hand. Once they put it on their helmet, they can't take it off and rescind on the offer. Taken to the outside, recycled all the way back, and the 1, 2, 3, 11-23 gemstone for Texas. Jay Wallop coming back around to meet Crescent City blockers up at the top of the pack, taken to the out and calls off the jam for 4 more points. That jam bringing Texas's score to 80. Crescent City standing in a strong 24.
Wow, that is our second 20-point jam of this game. 80 points for Texas, 24 for Crescent City. 14 and a half minutes left in this game. We're going to have Black Widow donning the star for the second time for Texas. And probably going to be the Glimmer whistle blown. We're going to have a team timeout for Crescent City. Smart move because there was not a jammer fielded for that jam. It will be the Glimmer. Good chance for everyone to get their bearings. I will tell you that both these teams are splitting lead jammer statuses, 4 for each team, but in points, you can see it on the board. Texas almost quadrupling that score of Crescent City. We're only 1 quarter into this game, though, so we know, I'll say it, it's anybody's game at this point. I hear our mics are getting more and more muffled. Is this a little better? I know we're on a delay, so I'll wait. But thank you, Wicked Grin. It's right now, right in front of my mouth. Okay, everyone's here. Black Widow against the Glimmer. You said Mike's plural, so another whistle blown. Okay, timeout over. Whoopsie. All right, now they're official off. Ooh, the Glimmer topped out. Ooh, beautiful hop. And legal. That is a lead jammer status for the Glimmer. It was like an apex, a straightaway leap over the hips of the Texas blocker for lead jammer status. The Glimmer already hitting the pocket turn 1 on a scoring pass. Black Widow stuck on initial, star in hand. The Glimmer through. Yes, scoring pass for the Glimmer. The Glimmer comes into this jam with 12 points, so that is 16 so far for the Glimmer. Caught up at turn number 2, held up by that Texas pack of blockers. Meanwhile, Black Widow out on initial. The Glimmer through on a second scoring pass. And is going to run this jam. Calling the jam. That will be a scoreless jam for Texas. This is only the 3rd scoreless jam for Texas. They will hold at 80. 8 more on the board for Crescent City, taking them to 32. 13 and a half minutes left in this game.
That was some really impressive footwork by the Crescent City Jammer. Glad there's a good vantage point of that. Go back and watch it later. Right now we've got for Texas, number 30, Rudy Attitudi. Jamming for Crescent City. We've got we've got.
This is Rudy's first time jamming with this league, at this level. Hi. Sorry.
And we've got Fluffy out for lead jammer. Crescent City bench super excited about that win right there. At the back of the pack, taken out at 2-wall. Out of play block given to number 4-2 for Texas. Hitting the pack real hard at the back is Fluff U, counting points. Top of the pack, Rudy Attitudi still held pretty tightly by the Crescent City blockers. Not making very much forward progress. Fluff U coming in with big hits. Crescent City blocker going to the box. Fluff U is through for 4 more points. Rudy Attitudi still stuck in the back, trying to pass now. Pivot, reaching for the jammer star. Successfully handed off. The pivot is now the jammer of record for Texas. That is number 24, Mode. Like Crescent City Jammer was trying to call that off for a while, but looks like the ref is explaining it wasn't quite done properly. Once they did it properly, they were able to call off that jam. Score stands at 80. Texas Junior Roller Derby 38 for Crescent City. 6 points earned on that jam.
We're going to have Lunatic back on the line for Crescent City and Trainwreck for Texas. Hi, Crazy Duke. Rudy did so well. Okay, both jammers off on the inside lane. Lead jammer set is for Trainwreck. Trainwreck comes into this jam with 14 of those 80 points. Will hit the pack just past the jammer line. Lunatic resetting on initial pass. Caught in that quad of Texas skaters, but physically moving them 6 feet and counting. There's a scoring pass for Trainwreck. Lunatic tap to the outfield. That was Gator. Gator has been skating since Gator was 8 years old. Ooh, a nice little attempt at blocking by Lunatic. A swing and a miss, but Trainwreck going right into that wall of blockers from New Orleans. Lunatic start in hand. Where I'm trying to visualize the pivot. No, I think it is a power jam. Texas. This will be their third power jam so far this game. And we have a second scoring pass by Trainwreck, hitting the puck at the top apex, resetting all the way to the pivot line by the Glimmer. Trainwreck again, getting tapped out again. We have Glimmer holding that line. Nice assist by Summer Heat. Not enough. Another slalom to the outside. That was a hard fought pass, tapped to the outfield at turn 2, but Trainwreck calls the jam, but not after scoring 12 points, taking Texas to 92. And we have Crescent at 38 points.
Looks like we got Jay Wallop Pete on the track, jamming for Texas. They will start in the power jam as Lunatic is in the box for Crescent City. Jam has started, and yet 3 blockers were not fielded to the track on time. All 3 have to return to their bench. Hate to see that happen. But that does, in the confusion, allows both jammers to get out. Touchdown, touch. 18-4 coming into the pack. Apologies, they were coming out of the box into the pack for their initial pass. Both jammers getting some skating time, and we got 4 points for Texas Roller Derby, Texas Junior Roller Derby, and 0 for Crescent City.
Oh my gosh, there is some confusion, but we are back. Okay, so we have Jay Wallop Pete donning the star again against Hot Mess Express. Jay Wallop had a 20-point jam earlier and just jammed the previous jam, scored 4 points there. And now Texas has reached the century mark of 100. We have 40 points for Crescent City. Scoring pass for Jay Wallop. We have Hot Mess Express is out on initial. For a third scoring pass, Jay Wallop hits the pack just past and calls it. That will be a scoreless jam for Crescent City. They will hold at 40 and 12 more points at least. 12-point jam. There you go. 12. So it's 108 Texas, 44 Crescent City. That's old. I don't know if it's helping or not.
But for Texas, we've got Sweet and Sour back on the jam line, and Lunatic for Crescent City. 1 blocker in the box for Crescent City. Crescent City, for their efforts, though, holding back. Sweet and Sour at the top of the pack. Oh, very slick. Hit out by 3-3-3. Fluffy getting a penalty for it is Superiors. Somebody is given a forearm. Not sure who. Some confusion. Oh, looks like that is a power jam for Texas. Lunatic going to the box. Sweet and Sour hit to the outside, but that inside is cleared with some lovely offense by Texas. Sweet and Sour getting 4 points on that pass. Oh, hit to the outside. I need that name. By Pinka Vicious. Big hit to the outside. Drawn all the way back to the back of the pack. Fighting more defensive blockers by Crescent City. Now at the top of the pack, all 4 blockers for Crescent City and Texas General out on the track. Lunatic back into the pack, hitting strong, straight through. 2 blockers for Texas going to the box. Jam is called. Actually, there might be a little confusion. It was just 1 blocker, similar numbers. 1 blocker in the box for Texas. That's 8 points for Texas, 0 for Crescent City. Score stands at 116 to 40.
Okay, getting ready for jam number 16. That's going to be Trainwreck jamming again for Texas. And that is going to be Little Star getting the star for the first time this game. Trainwreck comes into this jam with 26 of those 116 points for Texas. Getting reset to the back. Lead jammer status up for grabs. Little Star top to the outfield and back on the track. We do have Power Jam, Texas. This will be the 5th Power Jam in favor of Texas. There was a cut track. It was a cut track penalty. She was trying to make sure she knew it was a penalty. Oh. So that was official timeout because they did call the jam, but it was just for a power jam. There was too many whistles on that jammer penalty. Oh, and there's no jammer in the box either. But she may have gone to the bench to discuss what happened. We're not sure. If we find out, we will let you know. But the score, that was our second scoreless jam, 116 Texas, 40 for Crescent City. 4 minutes left in the first half. Okay, looks like Motormouth will be downing the star. Did accept the star for 1 jam, but will start as jammer for the first time this game. So that is at least 6 jammers fielded for Texas today. And jamming for Crescent, I think it's going to be a Little Star, so it's going to be a do-over. So it was not a power jam, so I take that back. The jam was called. We're not sure why. I'm trying to listen to Johnny Pepper to see if he knows, but I don't think he knows either. Oh, and it's yours. Sorry. Okay. I want to give a shout out to track maintenance again, making sure that yellow tape is sticky and on the line. But we have 3 full days of junior roller derby action all weekend. We're so glad you are here watching, listening, wherever you may be, at what point in time you may be in the future, or you may be here now. But it looks like we're going to have 4-2 pack advantage for Crescent City, 2 Texas blockers, 1 with under 10 seconds. I want to shout out, we have a couple Texas Roller Girls officials. That's Cataclysm and Speedo. Speedo is one of the All-Stars, and Cat is one of the longest-fetted skaters with Texas and or Team Free Radicals. Shout out Team Free Radicals. Oh, and the scoreboard faded to a rainbow. So we're going to be holding off for just a moment. We'll be right back.
The universe said we need to take a breath. So we are. This official timeout is brought to you by Good Times. Why have a bad time when you can have a good time?
Hear, hear, and Happy New Year. Ooh, scoreboard is back, so we may be back in business. We should be back shortly. I want to say my favorite name of the day is Bacon the Question. Bacon the Question! But I love Doc Lawless is here. I assume Doc is the head ref today. Shout out Doc Lawless. Okay, we're ready to roll. Motormouth again against Little Star. We do have a 40 back advantage for Crescent City. Motormouth looking for an inside line, getting caught up and held up. Ooh, and taken all the way back. Yes, that is Fluff You saying Fluff You. The Silly Jammers. It is Little Star. Little Star will hit the pack just beyond the jam line, but we do have Motormouth out on initial pass. Motormouth getting caught up at the front of the pack halfway through that tripod. They are holding it down up there, though. That's Froggy Mercury in that pack along with Fluff You. There it is. That's a scoring pass for Motormouth. Little Star on a scoring pass, but getting caught up in the back. And we'll call it to prevent any more points. Wow, that took a minute to get called, but there it is. 4 points for everyone on that jam. 120. Well, 7 for Texas, 3 for Crescent City, 123 to 43, just under 3 minutes in this game.
Looks like we got 88, The Glimmer, jamming for Crescent City. And Summer Heat for Texas. 2 blockers in the box for Crescent City. Pack advantage Texas. Glimmer hitting that wall hard. Summer Heat swooshing by that 2 wall of Crescent City for lead. The Glimmer spinning around on the outside. More fancy footwork from that jammer. Summer Heat back into the pack in scoring position. Hitting the wall, swinging to the outside, but not enough. And both jammers emerging from the pack at the same time. 4 points for Texas, 4 points for Crescent City. The total for that jam is a 4-4 jam. Score stands at 127 Texas, 47 Crescent City. 1 minute and 40 seconds to go in this half.
All right, getting ready for jam number 19. That will be Trainwreck for Texas. And another new jam. Oh, another new jammer. It is Slamwise Game G jamming for the first time for Crescent City. Trainwreck, one of the high scores of the game, comes into this jam with a whole lot of points. And Lee Jammer has been granted to Trainwreck, but it has been sucked back into the pack right at the top apex. No, Lee Jammer is Slamwise. Gamgee is the Lee Jammer. Forgive me. Trainwreck reset all the way back and resetting. Slamwise Gamgee still technically on initial, but is the lead jammer. We do have a star pass for Texas. That is going to be Rooster. Rooster has done a great job blocking us and pivoted all game. First time to accept the star this game. Beautiful spin on turn number 1, out on the outside. Scoring pass for Rooster of Texas. Slamwise still caught up. Points not in pocket because that is sucked in an initial pass. That was a scoreless jam for Crescent. They will hold at 47. 7-point jam for Texas, taking them to 134. 12 seconds on the period clock. Getting ready for jam number 20.
Looks like just in the nick of time. That is halftime. Almost had another jam, but I think the difference was like 1 second. So we are in halftime officially, 134 to Texas, 47 to Crescent City. We will be back with you in just a moment. I am Chola.
Rider, but I will take it back to the
No worries.
5, 4, 1.
Happy end of halftime. We are back at Texas Junior Roller Derby's New Year's Revolution tournament. We've got Texas Junior Roller Derby with 124 against Crescent City Crushers 47. Taking a look at penalties really quickly. Crescent City Crushers, we've got number 88 Glimmer in trouble with 6 penalties. The team in general dealing a lot with pack penalties. Texas side, the only person with the most is Rooster with 3, and it is a variety of penalties, multiplayer being the most common for Texas.
Ooh, and I see one person sitting on 6. I don't know if you mentioned that, but oh my God, let's talk about points. High scorer of this game is going to be Jay Wallop with 36 of those 134 points for Texas, followed by Trainwreck. Trainwreck has 33. Jay Wallop did those 36 points within 2 jams. One of those was a 20-point jam. And Crescent City high scorer is, hello, the Glimmer with 24. So pretty much, yes, exactly half of the points scored by the Glimmer. 47, 134. We still have a whole another 30-minute period coming up for you. Thank you for watching. Again, if you're in the chat, talk to us. Who are you rooting for? Where are you watching from? I know Crazy Duke's out there. I love seeing Rudy Attitudin's debut at this level of roller derby. Very, very exciting. And it looks like we are getting ready to play. We're going to have, speaking of high scores, that is going to be Jay Wallop in black for Texas for jam number 1 of this game. And let's see, is Crescent City still taking the rest of their time? They still have 12 seconds to get to the line, and then they'll still have, 5 seconds after that. So Jay Wallop coming into this jam with 36 points. And that is the whistle. I see, hey, Buddy Rage in the house, one of the godmothers of Flat Track Roller Derby, started in Texas, one of the founders of Texas Roller Girls out of Austin, Texas. Ooh, tiny jammer for Crescent City. That is Sabotage donning the star, I believe, for the first time this game. Again, Crescent City in white, Texas in black. 134 to 47 in favor of Texas. 4-3 pack advantage for Crescent City. We have a blocker from Texas sitting out for up to 30 seconds from the previous half. Big block to the infield. That is again Lunatic with some great blocking for Crescent City. But your lead jammer is Jay Wallop. That took about 24 seconds to get lead jammer status. Sabotage tapped out of bounds. Still on that initial pass. Now looking for an inside path and getting tapped inside. A nice little block by Cholita. Cholita, another legacy skater. Lola Chola is Cholita's mother. I have not seen Lola in the house, but is most likely here. Scoring pass for Jay Wallop. Getting slowed down on this scoring pass. Sabotage start in hand. Held up by Cholita. Jay Wallop out on initial, slowly escaping. That's the first point scored in the second half. Minute 15 into this game. A whistle blown. Oh no! Power jam, Texas. This will be the 6th power jam in favor of Texas. Jay Wallop out on a second scoring pass. 2 blockers. We have a full white side of the penalty box. Crescent City is hurting Texas. Jay Wallop approaching for a 3rd scoring pass. And through, shrugging off that last hit from Lunatic. And I love the scoreboard. I don't know if we do not have an overlay, but this actually shows the jammer penalty time on there. It's very awesome. So we're going to have a power start. Sabotage will start this next penalty jammer from the penalty box. Power start, Texas.
Taking that power start, we got 4 Hordak for Texas. Texas blockers lining up in an offensive position. I'm offended by the mere sight of it. One in the box for the Crushers. Texas offensive blockers clearing the inside. Pretty quick work for getting lead for Hordak. Pressure set up in the back to catch as Hordak hits the pack really strong, falls out of bounds on the outside. Sabotage hitting the pack from the penalty box, getting some offensive help from 1-8. That is Edgar Allen toe stop. Almost up the outside line was Sabotage. Taken out though, recycled all the way to the back. Hordak coming in for more points. Fighting that crushing Crusher wall of defense. Someone's going to the box. Slamwise Gamgee taking the forearm call. Sabotage hit to the outside, but it doesn't look like it was done legally. Somebody's going. My bad. That is a Crescent City blocker coming into the box. Toe stop lost by Sabotage. Quickly trying to put it back on. Not doing so. Finds an opening and just gets up and goes without their toe stop out of the pack. Took the moment of distraction to serve themselves well. We've got 2 blockers in the box, and we might be at our first foul out of the game. As I mentioned earlier, we had the Glimmer in penalty trouble with 6, and this might have been their last penalty.
Okay, getting ready for jam number 3. Rudy Attitude donning the star for the second time this game. Shout out Crazy Duke. And a whistle blown. Yes, the foul out is continuing. We're going to have the Glimmer replaced in the penalty box, and we're going to have Big 500 Hot Mess Express donning the star for Crescent City. Hot Mess Express comes into this jam with 4 points from the first period. And Rudy comes in with 0, but a lot of attitude. Okay, so we have 2 blockers from Crescent City, so 4-2 pack advantage Texas. Rudy Attitude looking to Rooster for a little assist. Rooster is the pivot. Nice little hip whip and around. Oh, beautiful hip whip round the outside. Your lead jammer, Rudy Attitude. 3 lead jams in a row for Texas. We have Dolly Deathwish at the back. No, 143. Sorry. That is Summer Heat doing some great blocking in the back of the pack. We do have a whistle blown. Oh, power jam, Crescent City. This is the first power jammer penalty for Texas all game. Rudy Attitude will set up for up to 30 seconds. We will have our second 2-minute jam of this game. Hot Mess still on initial, but still a minute 17 on the jam clock. All blockers have been released, so it is a full troop of blockers on the track. There is Hot Mess Express out on initial. We do have Pivot going to the box, and Rudy standing up for the last 10 seconds of her penalty. Just under a minute left on the jam clock. Power jam over. Rudy will enter the pack just after turn number 2. This will be a scoring pass. There are probably points in pocket for Rudy. A nice sidestep escape by Hot Mess Express. 4 points for Hot Mess Express. Rudy Attitude matching those 4 points. 27 seconds left on the jam clock. Hot Mess hits the pack just before turn 3. Tap to the infield by Rooster. Resetting. Rooster again. Pivot of the day for Texas. Oh, that Rooster at the front, accepting the starts. Excuse me. Rooster has accepted the star 1 time last jam of period 1 and already out on a scoring pass. That's 2 scoring passes for Texas. It's an 8-point jam total. That will take them to 168. And 7 more scored by Hot Mess Express, taking them to 54. Getting ready for jam number 4, Chola.
For Texas, we've got 88 Black Widow. Crushers, we have Edgar Allan Toe Stop. Oh my goodness. Skaters on skaters, giving enough confusion for Edgar Allan Toe Stop to take advantage and get lead jammer for the Crushers. Black Widow looking for their pivot, looking to pass. Facing one defensive blocker at the top is let loose. Edgar Allan Toe Stop through pretty smoothly for 4 points. Coming back around. Looks like looking to their bench, getting the call-off signal, and does call it off for a total of 4 points on that jam for Crescent City Crushers, bringing their total up to 58. Texas standing at 171. We're in an official timeout because the scoreboard is being silly again. It's the universe telling us to calm down, so we're going to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, that was only the second time for Edgar Allan Toe Stop to jam. Jammed in jam 3, got lead jammer status, scored 4 points, and then scored 8 points on this recent jam. That means Crescent City is at 62. And Texas scored, I guess, 12 on that last one. I don't know. Let me adjust my points. 171 to Texas, 62 for Crescent City. And 4-3 pack advantage, the pivot, I believe that is Lunatic for Crescent City, will be sitting out for up to 30 seconds from a penalty from jam number 4. And it looks like lining up, we're going to have Slamwise Gamgee, who only jammed, I think, the very last jam of period 1, got lead jammer status on that jam. And for Texas, let me see, it is going to be, I believe, Trainwreck. Oh, Johnny Pepper is giving a shout out to HEB. We love HEB. We're Texas proud of our HEB. Our grocery store is better than yours. I mean, if you're not in Texas. We got a dance party on the straightaway. Trainwreck is very happy. Look at the love. You may or may not know, but I am Cajun by marriage. My husband is from Homer, Louisiana, so I've never met anyone from Louisiana I didn't like. Louisiana people are fun. And are you in the chat? Let us know. Do you know of Homer? My husband is a homie. Okay, we're getting ready. All right. Jam 5, period 2. Slamwise Gamgee against Trainwreck. Both the jammers off. Wow, Slamwise physically pushing that pack up about 10 feet, but around the outside. And out of bounds. Power jam. Crescent City. That's 2 power jams within 3 jams in favor of Crescent City. Lead jammer status is still up for grabs. Tap to the infield. That's a nice block by Mockingbird. Lunatic back on the track. Penalty over. Oh, being replaced by a different Texas blocker, but that is a scoring pass for Slamwise Gamgee. We'll hit the path just beyond turn number 1. Power jam continues. It looks like we have 13 seconds left of that jammer penalty. Slamwise getting caught up just before turn 3, getting reset, topped out of bounds, and resetting to just beyond turn 2. So going back and forth on that far straightaway, far from us on camera side. Everybody's held up right before turn 3. Rooster at the front of the pack doing a great job. Oh, Just kidding. Hopping over Rooster's legs is Slamwise Gamgee on a scoring pass. That is Power Jam over. Trainwreck back on the track. Slamwise caught up again. But that is initial pass for Trainwreck. 16 seconds left on the jam clock. Oh, Lunatic going right back to that penalty box. Jam is over. We're going to have one pivot, one blocker for Texas and Crescent City, respectively, as we approach jam number 6.
Coming up to the jam line, we've got number 4, Hordak for Texas. And Fluffy for Rushers, a blocker apiece in the box for each team. Fluffy straight up the outside with no resistance. Finds a clear path straight for lead jammer. Hordak taking off the star. Pivot currently in the box. Quite a big hit. Refs determining that was a legal hit. Fluffy scoring. Not quite out of the pack yet. Oh dear. Lots of spinning, but not quite super legal. Got a cut on that. Hordak now entering the pack. Looking for offensive help. Gets it. Now at the top of the pack, facing one blocker. Held up just enough for other blockers to join the defensive wall. Bridging is occurring as Texas has a goat in the back. Up the inside line, finally free is Hordak with 4 points. Jammer is standing for the Crushers. Hordak hitting that wall hard. Ricocheting off of blockers. Skaters on the floor. So much strength and aggression. Hordak is out for 4 more points. Fluffy is back in play, getting recycled on the outside line, close to the benches, taking all the way to the back, coming in strong and blowing up blockers in their path. Fluffy for 4 points. Crescent City blocker going to the box. Hordak facing 2 is out, getting offensive help from their blocker, Rooster. And that is the end of that jam. Texas Junior Roller Derby scoring 12 points on that jam, 6 for Crescent City Crushers, bringing the total to 183 to 75.
Ooh, that was an exciting jam and plenty of penalties in this jam. 3 2-pack advantage. Texas team timeout for Crescent City. But next up, it's going to be Black Widow. Oh, let's go to the chat. Yes, that is correct. Texas is black. Louisiana is in white. And it's New Orleans. Crescent City Crushers are from New Orleans, Louisiana. Ooh, okay, so the Texas pack is going to go back to the line, get some coaching from those Hail Mary coaches of the Texas Roller Girls. Oh, and plus Haas the Boss. Haas the Boss is an all-star for Texas. It also is a Hot Rod Honey. And from the Hail Marys, we have Hot Pepper, Peace War, and Psycho Sam. So, I mean, that's my home team. I grew up on that team. I was OG Hail Mary 2003 to 2013. But it's not about me. 17 and a half minutes left in this game. 183 to 76. Looks like they're going to line up with Edgar Allan Toestop at the next jam against Black Widow. Black Widow comes into this jam with 12 points from period 1. 2 blockers for Crescent City, and the pivot for Texas is in the penalty box. Oh my gosh, that was a bowling for dollars block by Edgar Allan Poe. And toe stop, taking out 2 of those Texas blockers. but right back up, but out first, and your lead jammer is Black Widow. 4 lead jams for Texas, 3 for Crescent City in the second half. Black Widow hitting the pack at turn number 1. Edgar out on initial. Texas blockers looking for an out of bounds penalty, but not getting it. Our officials see everything, it's up to what they see and their angle of vision to see what is called. I did not see it either. I just saw the blockers waving like, hi. Okay, Edgar out on a scoring pass. That's 4 points for Edgar Allan Tostop. Yeah, Black Widow really doing a good job of taking that last block in the front of the pack. That was Pinka Vicious. But Pinka Vicious really has done some great blocking for Crescent City. The score now, 7 for Texas, 4 for Crescent City, 190-80.
On the jam line, we've got Fluff U for the Crushers and Jay Wallapete for the Black and Blue Bonnets. Fluff U giving some defensive play against the other jammer. Love to see it working out in their favor, getting lead jammer straight up the inside, while Jay Wallapete fights against number 36, Killer Queen for Crescent City. Fluff U coming around for their points. Hit to the outside by Texas blocker Gator. Cholita in the back, bringing her back to the back. Not me. Lola Chola's daughter. Not me, Taylor. Cholita. It's not confusing for me. Fighting that Texas wall. Fluff U, given what they've got. Oh, almost all the way into the inside. Maybe got some contact to the face. Did progress forward, and that is a cut track on Fluff U, the Crescent City Jammer. This would be a 2-minute jam. Jay Wallapete in a power jam now. Illegal procedure given to Fluff U. A little bit of confusion to go into the box. He's just got some time to think about it. Jay Wallapete still fighting the back of that Crescent City wall, getting offensive help, but it is requiring a star pass to the pivot. Sweet and sour. No stranger to jamming. Coming up on the inside, skirting around the outside, getting those blockers to respond to their quick movements, and they are out for 4 points. Texas holding on to that goal. In the back of the pack. Both packs pretty close together, though. Sweet and sour getting through that defensive pack to the top. And that jam is called, freezing the Crescent City Jammer. Fluff U in the box with 5 seconds to go. 8 points going up for Texas, 3 for Crescent City Jammers.
What a great jam. 13 and a half minutes left in this game. Looks like we're going to have train wreck on the line for Texas. Power start for Texas. Fluff U will start from the penalty box with 5 seconds left on that penalty from the previous jam. Edgar Allan Tostop doing blocking at the back of that pack. But train wreck gets around through, bobbing and moving through that pack and taps out of bounds and back on. Power jam over and through the pack. First is Fluff U. Fluff U is out. The jammer in lead, but not the lead jammer. Lead jammer status is train wreck. Was already given a train wreck at the end of that first pass. So that is power jam. This will be a 2-minute jam. I believe the 4th one of this game. The 3rd jammer penalty for Texas. Minute 11 on the jam clock. Fluff U is on a scoring pass. Huge hit. Fluff U blocking the way through the pack. They will hit the pack again just beyond turn number 2. Nice assist by Edgar Allan toe stop. Fluff you through. Ooh, getting caught up, but not enough. That was Summer Heat with a nice attempt at blocking, but Fluff you said Fluff you. I hear, mouth guard penalty on Little Star. 4 seconds left on that jammer penalty for Trainwreck. Fluff you on a third scoring pass, resetting, looking to the bench, trying to call it, but guess what? You are not the lead jammer. Trainwreck back on the track. This will be a scoring pass for Trainwreck. 2 seconds, 1 second. Jam coming to its conclusion. Multiplayer block at the end of that jam on 84. That is Froggy Mercury. The score, that was 198 to 94 in favor of Texas. That was a scoreless jam for Texas. 11 for Crescent City. Is that scoreless?
On the jam line, we've got 88 Black Widow for Texas and 247 Sabotage for Crushers. Both jammers getting recycled on the outside. Oh, nice moves on the outside, swinging up the outside, but then hit out at the last second with Sabotage. Lead jammer goes to Black Widow. Sabotage trying to get those blockers to move back and forth and get some space. They don't need much space, but those blockers sure are putting the lockdown on that track. Black Widow threw for 4 points. Crescent City sending some offensive help for Sabotage. Not quite making as much progress as they would like. Black Widow at the top of the pack getting some offensive help. Almost tripped up at the top. Makes it through for 4 more points. Black Widow coming back into the pack for more points. Sabotage really just trying to find any little bit of leeway, using their blockers to get around that wall of Texas. Black Widow coming through, takes a hit from Pinka Vicious, but escapes with 4 more points. Sabotage squeaking up on the outside, but taken out at the top of the pack by a Texas blocker. Black Widow threw for 4 more points. 20 so far on this jam. Sabotage now officially passed the start to their pivot. Maybe not quite. Pivot's still trying to do offensive work for their jammer. Looks like Sabotage has the star in hand. Black Widow threw for 4 more points, and now the star has officially been passed right at the tail end of that jam. Total of 24 points for Texas Junior Roller Derby, 0 for Crescent City, but both teams standing in strong point position. 222 for Texas and 94 for Crescent City Crushers. 8.5 minutes left in the jam.
Wow, that was a high-scoring jam of the day. 24 is the number to beat. We're going to have Rudy Attitude donning the star for the 3rd time this game against Hot Mess Express. Empty penalty box. Edgar Allan Tersob holding up the top of that pack for Crescent City. Rudy resetting in the back, taking a huge hit by Lunatic. Getting reset all the way back. Oh, Power Jam, Texas. So Power Jam in favor of Crescent City. Hot Mess Express, lead jammer status up for grabs. And there it is, your lead jammer, Hot Mess Express. These two teams splitting up lead jammer statuses of 5-6 in favor of Texas. Minute 18 on the jam clock. 12 seconds on the jammer penalty for Rudy Attitude. Hot Mess Express getting caught up, slowly trying to get past one blocker at a time, but they reset quickly. Rudy back on the track. Initial pass. Will hit the pack at turn 2. Has to get around Lunatic and Edgar. Lunatic again with a tap. Rudy is out on initial, and the crowd goes wild. Hot Mess through, and the jam is called. Crescent City wins that jam 4-0. Texas will hold at 222. And we have 4 more for Crescent City, taking them to 98. 6.5 minutes left in this game.
We've got number 4 jamming for Texas Junior Roller Derby. Forward back, and Edgar Allan toe stop for Crescent City Crushers. Edgar Allan toe stop taken to the outside. Hordak through for Lee Jammer. No pack called. Both packs got to reform together. Strong floor wall, but there is a very sneaky pass to Pink Vicious. The pivot for the Crushers, making their way around, trying to get enough time in there to score some points. Hordak quickly calls it off. Looks like a big donut for Pinkavicious. 4 points for Texas.
Wow, what a jam. Getting ready for jam number 13. Let's see. We got Hugs on the jam line. 4-3 pack advantage. Crescent City. We're going to have, I think, Napoleon Bonaparte donning the star, I believe, for the first time this game in white for Crescent City Crushers. And then Jay Wallop, he was the high scorer at the first half of this game. Jay Wallop comes into this jam with 48 points. No, 48 plus 8. 52 of those points. So about 20% of those points scored by Jay Wallop Heat. 5 minutes left in this game. And next up, don't go anywhere, because our next game at 11 a.m. Central Time is going to be Nashville versus Ad Astra. I'll tell you more of our schedule. 1 p.m. Central Time, Atlanta versus Crescent City Crushers. So Crescent City gets to rest one game, is right back at it. 3 o'clock, Santa Cruz versus Fort Walton Bombers. Santa Cruz is the team to watch. The Groms, what is it? World Gromination or something is their tagline. They're living up to it. Their adult league is making a name for themselves all over the derby world. And most of them are juniors that have aged up. Some of them still skate for the juniors and for the adult league. So anyway, don't stay tuned for that. We go all day long till, I believe, 8:30 today. We're here all weekend. Official review still being discussed. I wonder what it is. Do you know what that official review is?
My hypothesis is that they are asking for more dogs to be present on the track during the game, and the refs are discussing the validity of that desire on behalf of all skaters.
I love it. Thank you, Chola Rola. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so
that would be my official review.
Okay, Napoleon Bonaparte, they're doing a mirror drill right here with Texas. That is it 1-4? Is it 14? Who is this? 1-4-3. Oh, Summer Heat. Oh, and the score is 226-98. 5 minutes, 22 seconds on the game clock. That whistle means you're ready to go. Jay Wallop Heat versus Napoleon Bonaparte. Which I love that name. I want to know where that came from. I get the meaning. I'm 5 feet tall, and yes, that's all I'm going to say about that. Ha ha. Okay, Jay Wallop in black for Texas. Napoleon Bonaparte in white for Crescent City Crushers. Napoleon knocked out of bounds. That is Motormouth doing blocking as pivot for Texas. That front of that pack, I hear another whistle, but your lead jammer is Jay Wallop Heat. So 56 of those points scored by Jay Wallop. Jay Wallop halfway through a scoring pass. Napoleon blown apart, tapped out on initial, trying to get around Gemstone. And Napoleon does get out. Oh, only to get reset by, I believe, Motormouth. Motormouth doing a great job as pivot again for Texas. Jay Wallop getting held up on this first scoring pass. I do see multiplayer block, I believe, on Froggy. There it is. That was a hard fought 4 points. 54 seconds on the jam clock. Napoleon still on initial. The pivot is Lunatic, but Crescent City has only used the star strategy once this half and twice, so 3 times total in the game. We do have our second foul out of this game, and that's going to be number 84, Froggy Mercury, on 7 penalties. So the end of this jam will go a little long as we lose another skater. 2 penalties. You're allowed 7. 7 and you're out. Jay Wallop hitting the puck again. Third scoring pass and through. 12 points and counting, trying to add to that 56-point tally. Napoleon start in hand as the jam concludes. Although a scoreless jam for Crescent City, they will hold at 98 points. At least 12 points for Jay Wallop. Watching the scoreboard, I believe it's 12 total. 2:38 for Texas. 3 minutes on the game clock.
We currently do not have the score overlay for the YouTube page. Looks like we're in an official timeout. But knowing that, we can be adding the score to the chat every so often. Perhaps that will help.
Oh, there you go. Okay, really quick. It's going to be Trainwreck coming up for Jam 14 against Fluff U. Ooh. Oh, we still have an official timeout. It's now over. And that blocker was replaced in the box.
That official timeout has come to an end. We've got 2 blockers on the track for Crescent City. Full pack for Texas. 53 Trainwreck jamming for Texas, and Fluff U jamming again for Crescent City. One of their more effective jammers, but let me tell you, jamming for this long against that strong of a wall does get exhausting. Coming in with some heat, trying to use all their momentum to bust themselves through. It does eventually pay off, but Trainwreck runs away like a freight train with lead jammer. Fluff U is not far behind, about half a track. Get to the outside and their own blocker. Complete accident, it looked like. 0 points for Crescent City. Texas with 2 points on that jam.
Okay, getting ready for Jam 15. 2 minutes on the game clock. Great jam by Trainwreck. Trainwreck at 35 of those 240 points for Texas. Slamwise Gamgee, who's done a great job jamming. I believe this is only the 3rd or 4th time for Slamwise. Has been very effective. Black Widow, also an effective jammer for Texas, is donning the star in black for Texas. Empty penalty box. Slamwise caught, but your lead jammer is Black Widow. That's 4 lead jams in a row. 6 out of 7 lead jammer statuses have gone to Texas. 1 blocker out for Crescent City, and Slamwise Gamgee is resetting at the back of the pack. Contending with Summer Heat, pivot for Texas. Jolita doing some blocking for Texas as well. A nice slalom escape attempt by Black Widow, now physically pushing those blockers out of play and escaping on a scoring pass. Black Widow, that's 8 points and counting. A minute left on the jam clock, 48 on the game clock, 48 seconds that is on the game clock. Another penalty for Crescent City. Black Widow getting reset all the way to turn number 1. A nice assist by Motormouth on that blocker from Crescent City. Nice assist at the front of the back, too. I believe that was Motor Mouth. And that is another scoring pass for Black Widow. Hot mess still on initial. Now, just when I say that, star pass for Crescent City. The new jammer is going to be Hot Mess Express. So scoreless jam for Crescent City. 2 seconds, 1 second. Game clock has expired. Jam is over. Nice 16-point jam by Black Widow. 256 to 98 is the unofficial score. Chola, what a fun game, right?
That was a lot of fun. It was a great way to start Friday morning.
Indeed. Okay, we'll be right back at 11 p.m., 11 a.m. It's still morning, folks. Central Time with more roller reaction. Again, I will tell you, it's Nashville versus Ad Astra. Ad Astra is from the Houston area. And Atlanta, guess what? Georgia.
Surprising everyone.
Okay, I'm Muffin Tubble.
I'm Chola.
It's gonna do this. It's live now with this green light on. Hello, everybody. If you press and hold the button once,